Last edition of Dirty Laundry of 2010. You know, there's not many things that give validity to network television's existence these days. Other than during football season and March Madness, there's almost no reason for these non-cable channels to exist. Sure, you can argue that it's the only way to view new episodes of The Simpsons and Family Guy, but you'd be wrong. Because The Simpsons suffers from jokes that go on too long and needs to finally be laid to rest, though at least it still attempts to weave together decent storylines. Family Guy at some point lost its hilarity when it transformed from funny stories that had jokes of its own while being accompanied by hilarious random clips to become a patchwork of clips that seem to only serve as a platform for Seth MacFarlane's condescending jokes that rip apart anyone whom he feels is inferior, which is everyone. Anyway, this week, network television was given a reason to exist, and that reason came in the form of the Victoria's Secret's fashion show. That's right, I flipped to it a few times. When else am I going to get to see a bunch of almost naked, insanely hot women walking around? Sure, maybe I can see that and a whole lot more at any moment of any day simply by getting on the internet. But to be fair, my television has a lot bigger screen. Not only is it awesome for guys in general, it provides that poor minority of young boys whose parents suck so bad that they block the internet and cable stations and leave the poor boy to flip endlessly through broadcast television for 15 seconds of a woman in a bra. I wish those youngins luck. And my only piece of advice is that once you get to college, you still have to go to class. On tonight's episode of Dirty Laundry, we watch two guys beat the piss out of each other and learn why we love it. A glance at how Texas managed to F things up again, and finally, a look at how two women smuggled 37 square feet of material out of a store in their muffin tops. Let's do this, Ames. Lee Harvey Oswald's coffin is up for sale in Fort Worth, Texas. Which again leads me to the question, what the F is wrong with Texas? Really? I mean, really? You're selling a coffin and you have willing buyers? The funeral director responsible for the sale was reported as saying he felt the time was right to sell. When is there ever a time to sell a box where a body has been decaying for 50 years? However, we haven't even reached the weird part yet. Also up for sale is an Easter card signed by Oswald, a first draft of his death certificate, funeral records, an embalming table used to hold Oswald's body, and assorted mortuary instruments. How fascinating is Texas becoming with the people that F democracy up? First George Bush got elected, then Sarah Palin was allowed to leave her village, and now the man that murdered one of the greatest possible presidents is making money off of the piece of pine, off the pine box that once held his pathetic, decaying remains. Classy, Texas. Classy. Maybe we can finally put that for sale sign up and let Mexico have its way with you. Right to the ground. We're going to reload. Stay tuned for more after the break. This is Dirty Laundry.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon testing, keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green. Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. Now that's living healthy and green. Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon testing, keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
My name is Japal. 2 years ago, I received a kidney transplant. When I was 21 years old, I started dialysis, and for 7.5 years, I was a patient receiving treatments 3 times a week for 4 hours each session, and man, it was hard. My father had kidney disease, so I knew what was to be expected when my kidneys failed. After receiving my kidney transplant, I was able to find and marry the love of my life. She's just someone I can joke with, someone I can cook with. I appreciate being able to be the husband that she deserves. When I was sick, I barely had enough strength to walk across the parking lot going to the movies with my brothers. But after my transplant, my strength and energy came back, and I was able to run around and play with my nieces and nephews, which is very important to me. My kidney transplant gave me my life back.
You have the power to donate life. Be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. To find out how, go today to iowadonorregistry.org.
It sure feels good to play like a kid again.
Do you know how many kids are risking their health by eating unhealthy foods, stuffing themselves, and not getting any exercise?
Thank goodness, you got here just in time. Where's the problem? In there.
But doctors know that our children need to be pointed in the right direction when it comes to food.
Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
I can't control him. He won't listen to me.
Mom, they're taking my ice cream!
Pass me those veggie burgers.
Here, try this. The original fast food.
A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, high-fiber vegetarian foods can help them grow up healthy. To find out more, call for a free booklet or visit our website, kidsgethealthy.org.
Thanks.
Well, another family turned around and 200 million to go.
Well-known televangelist Reverend Marcus Lamb announced on his talk show that he cheated on his wife. Lamb works for Daystar Television Network, which has such salvation-wielding televangelists as Joel Osteen and is incredibly lucrative. The good news is that you can help people save themselves through this extortion healer of souls by calling 1-800-I'm-a-tard. The next time Lamb stands in front of a stadium full of people and tells them that they are all going to hell if they behave counter to the preachings of the Lord Jesus Christ, he won't be a hypocrite because he apologized and he has a microphone. You know, football is a violent game. Every week we hear reports of more players that have suffered concussions. This past Sunday, the violence was taken to a rarely seen level when Texans receiver Andre Johnson and Titans defensive back Cortland Finnegan got into a fistfight. Let's see how it went.
This is something else. Watch this, folks. Now, you talk about a fight. This is serious stuff. This is Jimmy on your left, and that's Howie on the right. And that's how we warm up for the pregame show.
Thank you, Terry Bradshaw, for that senile play-by-play. You know, A lot of people say the best offense is a good defense. I disagree. I think the best offense is a 6'3", 250-pound guy that can land 3 haymakers to the face in a row. But let's be fair here. With a name like Cortland Finnegan, there's no way he didn't get the crap beat out of him a lot growing up. The most important thing to recognize is that Finnegan took 3 punches to the face and laughed while clapping his hands, while most players in Major League Soccer will hit the ground for 5 minutes if someone so much as reminds them that no one in this country cares about their profession. You Europeans can call it whatever you want, but until we start seeing players actually hit each other in your game, we'll stick with American football as real football. Well, it's North Korea's time of the month again. The highly internalized and very hostile nation launched its most serious attack against South Korea last week. After the North shelled an island off the coast of South Korea, causing casualties and dozens of injuries to citizens, the United States joined in naval exercises with South Korea. Why don't we just cut the crap and let everyone know why Kim Jong-il is such a jackass? Both he and his son are suffering from a severe case of short man syndrome. They feel the need to be bastards to the rest of the world in order to feel like real men. The solution is simple. Nuke them. I mean, I don't know what that has to do with them being short, but it sure would make us feel better. In a recent interview, it was revealed that the Pope now considers it acceptable to use condoms. The Pope admitted that if the situation arises when fornication is going to occur, then wrapping it up is now acceptable. This has led to a variety of new sayings from the Vatican to help remind their devout followers to avoid STDs and unwanted babies. Don't be a dope, wrap up like the Pope. Before we please us, let us think of baby Jesus. This time, no one gets hurt while nailing. Though there was only one time to resurrect, it's always perfect time to wrap erect. Pray to the Holy Ghost before you slay the hose. This decision has caused some noise amongst Catholic devotees. Never before has common sense been so heavily relied on in church policy. Qatar won the FIFA World Cup bid. There were allegations of corruption and a vote that went to an unconventional host in 2022. But soccer fanatics will be hounding. Where the hell is Qatar? And who the hell cares about soccer? This is America. Had we won the bid, it would have been the worst thing to hit the United States since December 7th, 1941. Stay tuned for more after the break. You're watching Dirty Laundry on ISU TV.
You know, recently a woman wrote me to say nobody cares what happens to her money. Well, that's just not true. For 75 years, the FDIC has protected the money you deposit in banks. Those depositors have never lost 1 penny in the history of the FDIC. So here's the bottom line. You just can't put your money in the bank and not know how FDIC insurance works. You have got to make sure your money is 100% protected. So I want you to go to myfdicinsurance.gov and click on Edie the Estimator. In just a few simple steps, Edie lets you know if all your money is safe and sound. If I were you, I would want to know that. Who cares more about your money than you, me, and the FDIC?
Susie's right. Visit myfdicinsurance.gov and use Edie the Estimator, because the more you know, the safer your money.
Where a total stranger will give their blood to save your life. There's a place where someone you never knew will save your child from drowning. A place where people will give you food and shelter after a flood. There's a place where, when you need it most, someone will reach out their hand, put it across your shoulder and say, everything's going to be okay. That place is called America, where we look out for each other. And it's up to us to keep it that way. When you help the American Red Cross, you help America.
What's the number on the bill, man?
Su niña estaba fuera.
What a day. Started with a call from the factory in town. There'd been a chemical spill, and a number of the employees had breathed in the fumes.
This mom called because her 2-year-old got into some old blue pills, and she was scared.
And then I got a snakebite call from the emergency room. Can't supply the antivenom.
I made sure that everybody got out into the fresh air, and then I told them what to watch for.
She calmed down when she heard me speak in Spanish. I told her that her little one would be okay.
I explained how to use the new antidote. The patient is feeling much better.
They called quickly, and everyone was fine.
I called back to see how both of them were. She was so grateful.
I was glad to teach them something new.
Experts at your local poison control center are ready to give you free, confidential expert advice 24/7. Call 1-800-222-1222.
Welcome back. Well, Christmas came early this year in the form of our handy elves, John Lonsdale and Claire Powell. Take it away, Santa's little helpers.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Since it's our last show before Christmas, we thought tonight would be a great time.
A great time.
To tell you about our favorite things. Sledding.
Yeah. My favorite sledding speed is going fast.
Ooh. Oh, but sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
I like to go down really slow.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sometimes if I go too fast,
yeah,
it hurts when I get to the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what my favorite sled is?
What is it?
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Okay. It's the rocket. Well, the flexible flyer and
really?
saucy. I mean saucers.
Oh, sounds saucy.
Going up and down. Oh, the hills.
Oh.
I love it.
You know what else I can't wait for?
Oh, what's that? What? Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Oh.
Oh. And opening my presents.
Do you want to know what I got you?
What'd you get me?
Oh, nothing. And you know what? I have to learn to love this time of year.
Oh, yeah?
And it snowed the other day. Did you see it?
It's snowing right now. But it's my favorite.
I can learn to love it. I can learn to love it.
I love freezing my crinkle rosy cheeks off.
Oh, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like freezing your patoot off.
Nothing like freezing the patoot off.
Nothing like it.
All right. It's our producer Rachel.
Oh, there she is.
Yep. Okay, she's telling us. She's telling us to wrap it up.
Oh, yep. She's giving us the wave. That's the wave.
Yeah, I think she's. Oh, okay. Oh, you got some snow on your lip.
Oh no, I don't. No. Well,
back to you, James.
The never-failing duo of John and Claire, everybody. Stay tuned. You're watching Dirty Laundry. That was good. I think my hand went in the...
America is turning over a new leaf. The Smart Way leaf. Smart Way from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is changing the way America drives. Look for the Smart Way leaf to help you identify environmentally friendlier cars and trucks. Smart Way certified cars and trucks are more fuel efficient, produce fewer greenhouse gases, and can save you money. And when you're helping the environment, it's a nice reflection on you. Smart Way, because it's time America turned over a new leaf. Follow the leaf. Go to www.epa.gov/smartway.
I think I can make a difference because, one person can do a whole lot.
I help UNICEF because every life is important, and by helping UNICEF, you save a life.
If I was lacking in health or food, I would want someone to help me, so it's the right thing to do.
Helping UNICEF makes me feel like, I was I was needed.
It's rewarding because I know I'm helping kids have better lives around the world.
I really think we can make a difference.
I feel very happy that I'm helping other kids because they get what they need because I'm doing something to help them get it.
We're all together on Earth, and we need to help each other out, because that's what being a civilized person is.
There is a place where a total stranger will give you their blood. There is a place where someone you never knew will save your child from drowning. A place where people from 7 states away will turn up at your door and give you food and shelter after a flood. There's a place where a person who doesn't look like you, talk like you, or dress like you will stretch out their hand and put it across your shoulders and say, everything is going to be okay. That place is called America, where we look out for each other, and it's up to us to keep it that way. When you help the American Red Cross, you help America.
Welcome back. A Juicy Couture store in New York had to close on Monday after an infestation of bedbugs was discovered. The 15,000 square foot high-end clothing retailer is expected to reopen tomorrow after the exterminating company treats all of its merchandise. The bugs leave an itchy bite mark on the skin in which some people are allergic. Juicy is the first store to report a bedbug problem in New York City, but the epidemic has grown across the United States. In related news, Paris Hilton was last seen leaving Juicy Couture on Monday. Those itchy red bumps could mean more than tiny little bedbugs. A new video game for Wii was recently released. It's called The Michael Jackson Experience. Now, I don't know the details of the game, but there are a few things I do know. The rating is still technically pending, but the word is that the game will be the first to be rated 10 and under only. If you haven't played much Wii, I can tell you that there's a whole lot of this motion, and that, coupled with a picture of Jacko on the front, is going to give a lot of parents pause before picking it up for their kids this Christmas. Oh, how I love the South. 2 women in Oklahoma were arrested yesterday for shoplifting. The fun comes when the women weren't shoplifting, but shop stuffing. Aileen Brown and Shmiko Thomas were caught stuffing their stolen items in their fat folds. The tubbies fit 4 pairs of boots, 3 pairs of jeans, a wallet, and gloves. Now, if I did the math right, that's a surface area. Hold on, let's carry the 3 at 17,000. That's 86,000 square feet. Divide by 2, and each woman has 43,000 square feet of surface to hide Christmas presents. Their items totaled $2,600 worth of merchandise. Winona Ryder was able to smuggle $5,000 worth of merchandise with about a fifth of the surface area. Think what Winona Judd could have handled. Woo-hoo. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You didn't know 1 in 8 babies is born prematurely. You didn't know that some of these babies die, and many face lifelong health problems. You had the best medical care while you were pregnant, but still, your baby was born 3 months early, and no one knows why. March of Dimes programs help expectant mothers and families with premature babies. March of Dimes research helps save babies from prematurity. For information or to lend a hand, visit marchofdimes.com. Let's find the answers together.
Welcome back. Heather Locklear has recently been hospitalized for a bacterial infection. She's apparently doing fine, which is good news for Denise Richards, Kelly Preston, and any of Charlie Sheen's exes who are also suffering from chlamydia. Warning! Anyone who has stepped within 3 continents of Charlie Sheen will soon develop itchy red bumps, but in 6 to 9 months, they should be doing fine. This week, the Senate passed legislation that has been characterized as a sweeping overhaul of the food safety system in the United States. The goal of the bill is to empower the Food and Drug Administration in their monitoring of food products that are sold to the public. News of the strengthening of the FDA has shocked the general public as a whole because previously everyone thought that the FDA's only functions were to let them know that the asthma medication they're seeing advertised may actually lead to asthma-related deaths, or the much-needed advice to try and get rid of your boner if it lasts more than 4 hours. Today is December 2nd. On this day in 1968, President Richard Nixon appointed Henry Kissinger as his national security advisor. A good way to sum up Kissinger's policies as an advisor is to know that he once said, quote, "The absence of alternatives clears the mind marvelously," end quote. This coming from a man who believed in coexisting with the commies. It's all good, though. Kissinger got what was coming to him. He had to work with Nixon. Today is also the birthday of Britney Spears. It has to be depressing for her to realize that the only birthday she's ever had that mattered to anybody was her 18th. This has been your Today in History.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Once again, Harry Potter never fails to entertain me. This story especially hits at the heart of the entertainment. Meet Alexander Offner. This 39-year-old Jim from South Carolina was caught stroking his magic wand at a screening of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in the Sea Turtle Theater in Bluffington. Police responded to a 911 call about the indecent exposure and watched from the projection room as Offner stayed true to his name and offed himself, respectively. Now, while Offner tried to deny his X-rated behavior in the PG-13 movie, I think we all know he wasn't just wiping the popcorn butter off his pants. 39-year-old men with a receding hairline and meth bag eyes don't go to the Sea Turtle to enjoy B-list cinema with a large tub of popcorn. Tubby goes to release the turtle from the shell while watching 12-year-old boys run around with wands. Look, we can all agree that Hermione is smoking hot. But come on, man. Offner just got lucky he got caught snogging himself at one of the latest installments of the film series, because it would have been even creepier if it had been one of the first films. Apparently, Offner was not in possession of the unbeatable wand. This being our last show for the semester, we want to take a minute and thank you for watching. Without specifying which happened more often, we can say that we've had our ups and downs over the weeks. There has been some technical difficulties which we are happy to blame on everyone but ourselves. Enjoy your month away from school and have a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, etc. After that, it will be time for New Year's. But who really cares about New Year's Day? It's all about New Year's Eve, a night where your one and only goal is to find a great level of drunk without blacking out before midnight. Personally, I make the same New Year's resolutions every year. Not getting arrested for accidentally killing a hooker, not catching the clap, and not getting my ass kicked. And of course, finally finding a way to make George Lopez disappear. Try to guess which ones I've been successful at in the past. Thank you for watching Dirty Laundry. You can watch us online at isutv.stu.org.iastate.edu. I'm James Redler, and until